You mean one, Mr. Grinch. You are weary. Oh, you. Okay. Let's do the review now. Today we're talking about Grinch 2018. Is this movie actually that bad? Well, Metacritic says it's mixed, but IMDb gave it a 8.5 out of 10 as its early reviews, or it could go down to 7.5. But it's basically just another retelling of the classic story. And it's basically just another film. If you like the Grinch story, you could like the movie. But the movie is actually just an okay movie. It's basically the 2000 Grinch movie, but for more kids. Okay, today we're going over the goods and the bads of the film. Goods. The voice actors. And basically the voice actors are basically perfect for a lot of the characters in the film. It's not like so obnoxious like a Jim Carrey's one. And the voice actors are like much more better than the other 2001 film. Number 2, it's funny. You have to have some good laughs at a moment, and Illumination knows how to do this really easily. Make some films, have some good laughs, and that's basically what the films are all about. Minions, the Despicable Me movies, Secret Life of Pets. People hate Secret Life of Pets because it's a ripoff of Toy Story. But it's a funny film. It's a fun film to watch. It's a film that you can just laugh at of all the jokes they have in the film. And that's basically what these films kind of are. I mean, Despicable Me movies are kind of more comedies than kids movies, if you really think about it. They're more the comedies for all ages. They're not like, oh, you can't understand the comedy. You're 40, you can't understand this comedy. You're 10, you can't understand it. And that's the thing that's how some films kind of hit the nail in terms of humor. The Ace Ventura movies are another example. Basically, there'll be at least one part in the film that everybody can find funny. And Jumanji as well, the new one, there was at least one scene that at least someone would find funny, unless you have no humor at all, taste in humor at all. The Grinch has jokes for basically everyone, and they put them in there seamlessly as jokes. They're not meant to be serious. But here's the bad. Yes, the bad. The Grinch is basically another one of those cartoony movies. What do you mean by cartoony movies? Remember The Boss Baby? It has some funny moments, but some of the humor just can not be understood by a lot of people. So of course it has mixed reviews. It's the same thing with the Grinch movie. The film sets out as being as unoffensive and bland as possible. It's basically trying to be as unoffensive as possible so more and more kids can go see it, which is a great choice. But it just feels like I hate it because, and it feels like the wool coming off of, oh, I don't like it because people like it, and basically it just feels like, oh, it's another kids movie. Moving on. My kids will likely watch it multiple times when I get on DVD, but I'm just gonna sit here and sigh when I watch the movie, say, oh, we're watching this again. And that's basically most modern kids movies in a nutshell. The film Smallfoot, that film actually had a bad plot. Angry Birds, the movie, The Boss Baby, and several other films. The Sherlock Gnomes is one of the worst examples of this. Remember that film? No one remembers that film? Moving on. But the problem with kids movies that it's just they try to make kids movies as inoffensive as possible. There can't be any crude or bad or evil jokes. There can't be any jokes that could spark a controversy, which is actually also a good thing. You don't want these kids films in the media if it has like a secret meaning or something. Only Disney can get away with stuff like that. Like the film Zootopia has a hidden message about racism, but it's not really expressed. You have to find it for yourself. But then modern kids films, which Disney kind of does this a lot, they're just kind of just there to be inoffensive films. The only film straying from this is The Incredibles 2. That's the only film and Finding Dory and Pixar films are the only films that try to stray away from this inoffensive and put some meaning into the films. Even though I don't really like The Incredibles 2 since I didn't like the first film, and that's the reason why. I didn't like Coco because this part is just weird. Dead people visiting other people for reasons and stuff. That film just creeps me out. Okay, that's the real reason why I hate Coco. But the Grinch just tried to feel so inoffensive and so bland and uninspired, and that's why I give this film a 6 out of 10. It seems to not learn the lesson from the other films, but it's another film if you want to watch it with your kids. If you want your kid to have, and you want to have a good time with your family and your kids, you can just watch this movie. I'm not trying to be bad or anything. So, but if you want to watch the film like seriously, yeah, you won't like this film. You won't like this film. I have to take this from an angle of someone who would want to watch it with other people and just have a. And of course, if you want to actually see a funny film, there's hundreds of films that are called comedy films, and you can just easily watch those. There's lots of those. Some of those actually sell a lot of money. But The Grinch makes a. If you want to see the next movies that come out, make sure you like, subscribe, and follow, and do all that. And goodbye.